Cascadia rivalry will kick off another chapter Saturday at Providence Park when the Seattle Sounders visit the Portland Timbers for the 40th.
Point you do have a misstep, and I think the most important things when you have those is how quickly can you bounce back, and there's no better time than against your rival on the weekend.
Steph, how do you make this game not bigger than it is, but yet make it a big game, if you know what I'm saying, where guys aren't overly pressing but just sticking to the plan and just executing?
I don't think we have to make it anything more than it is. I think everybody knows it's a rivalry game, but everybody knows it's in conference, massive 3 points. There's not much else that you need to say there. You know, I think we're going to go down there. It's going to be a hostile environment. For the most part, everybody knows that, I think. So there's no need to make it anything else than what it is. It's going to be a good game. They're a good side. I think we know what makes them tick. Can we limit that because they're good at it? But I expect the battle, and that's what it should be, and not more. I think for us it's a matter of can we make it count when we have it? Can we extend it? Because the one thing that does happen when you have extended possession is it tires out the opponent. You know, stupid saying, but the ball never gets tired. The opponent does. So the more possession you have, obviously, the more you can let that ball roll. The more the opponent should get tired, and as part of that, then maybe holes open up and it becomes more easy to play.
Well, they're scoring a lot of incredibly entertaining goals. That would be one of them. And I'm not just talking about the bicycle kick, but they've got some, imagination to their final third movements. They've got some quality. Getting a couple of guys coming back off injury, that's going to help them. So, dangerous attacking team. Let's just see how this group starts the game and ends the game, because it needs to be with high energy if we expect to come out with any sort of result. Yeah, what we did is learning tools as far as taking a goal on a corner kick, the second action. Some young guys that came out of Saze and, Kalani, assessing their performances for years to come in the future. We did probably more of that, more general principles and individuals, rather than, okay, we're watching this game because we're going to play for it.
Brian, did you feel you had a lack of connectedness, though, in that game? Something you had done well.
Well, we've been doing pretty good with our play of our double pivots, and JP and Danny Lave are great together. They're a really good pair, but I thought at some moments they were a little stretched. We weren't able to really, keep the ball for as long as we would have liked in the right areas. But that's not just on them. I mean, there were other guys involved in that, and we just weren't able to establish some of the good possession that we've had in the last run of 5 games.
And one thing you've done well is possession with a purpose.
Yeah.
And just how important is that going to be going in?
Well, that's going to be critical. We would love for all their talent, all of their talented guys that they have that like to score goals. I'd like to see them defend a little bit. That would be helpful. As coaches, we need to be a little bit more clear in our communication to the players on that first play. Top of the box wasn't covered. And who was covering it? What happened in here, inside the box? We have to make sure that we give the players clear direction. And so we cleared it up.
All right, so there you go. You heard from Brian Smetzer and also Stefan Fry talking about, the intangibles the Sounders have to do if they're to get a result in Providence Park. Now, against LAFC, the Sounders was 4-0 thumping. And part of that, there's a lack of connectedness, lack of communication, and also the defense was poor, and the Sounders gave up a set-piece goal. Now, Brian Smetzer said, hey, it's partly due to how the coaches set that up, but obviously you can't have a repeat of that. The Timbers are coming off a 0-0 draw with Real Salt Lake City, so they're also looking to get back on the winning track. The Timbers are 4th in the Western Conference with 22 points, while the Sounders are 6th with 19 points. So you can see the magnitude of this game on paper and also emotionally and physically what this game means. What do the Sounders have to do? Lethal in attack. They have to stay compact in transition, and then they also have to play good defense and make good passes when the Timbers come up with the high press. Make those good long passes from the back and convert. From Renton, I'm Osvita Mario for the CascadiaSports.net report. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for subscribing.